And the world goes round and around and around. The world goes around and around. Hey guys, hi. Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Duff McDonald, and this is Around the World with Duff. Today is episode 7, and it's May 26th, Tuesday. Sorry, I had to look at that because I actually do not know every day what the hell day it is. So thanks, you guys, for tuning in. So for those of you who've just joined or have never seen this show before, this is me talking to different folks from all around the globe, people I know, people I don't know, gaining perspective, gaining some sort of knowledge of what's going on in this crazy time, and just checking in with people to see how they are and what they do, what their day-to-day life is. And there's been some really interesting people, and their stories are compelling. And I think they're stories that need to be told. And today's guest is no exception. Antonio Cantisano. He'll probably correct me on that. But yeah, he's coming to us from Portugal, born in Brazil, super talented guy. And so we're going to talk to him in a bit. I'm looking a little bit like David Letterman here. In a few weeks, it's going to be, I think I probably have to shave real soon. It's getting scary. I'm going to scare people away from this broadcast. It's 30 degrees Celsius today here in Toronto. Smog levels are probably low because no one's going out. That's what's nice, is that our atmosphere and the earth is soaking this up. It's really, I think, helping. There's a lot of wildlife out. I hear birds when there are no birds at all. I see people when I don't want to see people at all. And this show is, yes, me talking to those different people around the world. No theories, just facts. And that's, I think, really important right now. We want firsthand knowledge of what's happening with people. In Toronto, there was like 400 plus new cases over the past few days. And that's because it was the long weekend, and people were out, not socially distancing. As you can see through the U.S. this weekend, people weren't socially distancing, and also in Europe as well. So I think there's going to be a resurgence, unfortunately, because I think people have just been cooped up too long, and the weather is just so beautiful. But I hope that people will learn their lesson in the next wave, because the cases did go down to 200 something today. So that's a positive sign, but we're still going to see some uptake on that. So I wanted to give you a little global view on what's happening around the world. So Canada has 85,998 cases and 6,637 deaths as of today. The United States has 1,662,302 and 98,220 deaths. The New York Times put out a front page of all of the people, like a section of the front page is just all people who have passed. And I think that was really powerful. Brazil is the second hottest spot, unfortunately, in the world. 300,074, 898, I can't count, 23,473 deaths. And Russia is also has bumped down. Brazil has taken over that spot. And the United Kingdom has, Spain is fortunately doing better. So that, I think that's good. And then Canada is quite an interesting view of what's happening per province. Quebec has a huge load of cases, and Ontario looks like second. Nunavut, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So it's all quite interesting. I mean, I've heard many theories, but I don't really want to discuss them. A lot of it has to do with pollution and all that kind of jazz. But we're not going to get into that. So globally, we have 5,495 and 61 cases, not deaths. I think there's only 300,000 or so cases. Anyway, 52% have recovered in Canada. Also very positive outlook on things. So so our friend Antonio is standing by patiently. But first of all, I'm going to check in with our infield reporter, Lloyd Dickey Robinson Johnson. He's in Portugal, I think, and he's let's just see how he's doing.
Hey, I'm in Portugal and we're having a blast. Portugal. There we go, man. It's so much fun. Woo! It's a little bit cloudy, but it's warm and we're having a blast. Portugal, goal! Oh my goodness! I don't know what happened to my shirt. I think a lady came by. The cleaning lady, she came by. Anyway. Oh yes, so the news. Well, not much to report. It's a great country. The people are really nice. I love it here. I may stay here, I don't know. Woo, I've been traveling all night. And I'll tell you, it's been a whirlwind. You know what I'm saying? But I had to record it because there's not a lot of internet here. So I hope the show is good. I hope that everything goes well for you. And
hey, how are you?
Amigo. Hasta la usagaraga. I don't know what to do. Oh, it's going to be lots of fun. All right, well, I'll talk to you later. I will, wherever we're going next, just let me know. You can text me.
Horrible. I don't know who hired that guy. He didn't report on anything. I think I'm taking him off the payroll. He literally did. He said nothing. Oh boy. Lloyd Dickey Robinson Johnson. Your Uncle Lloyd Robertson would be disgusted with you. Anyway, I have no idea where he is. We'll check back in with him when we're in Hong Kong. Somehow we have to get him to Hong Kong. That's going to be a nightmare. Anyway, without making Antonio wait any further, I'm going to bring in Antonio, and hopefully he's doing better than Lloyd. I mean, I don't know who Lloyd's partying with, but it's not Antonio. So, Antonio, are you there? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Aha, there you are. Yes.
Hey, Duff.
Yes, my friend. Oh my God. Woo! I can hear the applause out there.
Oh, cool, man.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, I can.
Well, unfortunately, everyone's in their cars watching you on stage, but
that's fine. It's
oh
a driving.
Wow,
right?
You were an amazing player.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Exactly. Yeah,
I tried my best.
Thank you for wow. So you obviously are a musician. I think we have a bit of a delay here, but it'll catch up to us.
Okay.
So you are where right now?
So I'm now in Portugal, in the countryside, Portugal. In the area is called Chamusca. It's part of the Santarém area here.
Ah, okay. Oh, I think I have. Hold on. I think I have a little. So you're in Portugal. That's right.
Yeah.
So that is a little bit north.
You see, Lisbon is a little bit northeast.
Is that how you say it? In that northeast. Okay. Oh, it's a beautiful place. So this is actually the countryside around you, right?
Yes, that's the area.
Beautiful. Oh, castles.
Oh, love this castle. I used to hang out there a lot.
I bet you did. I won't ask you where can you tell me the history of that castle, Antonio? Just makes
I
sense.
message you later about that.
Okay. Looks like we still have a little bit of a delay. We've got some Julio Scaranto says hello. I don't know if you know who
Julio
that is.
Scaranto. Yeah, that's a friend of mine and ex-student back when I was a teacher in Brazil.
Julio has quite the backside. Is that he or she? Wow.
He is a guy.
Beautiful. Okay. It's the hair that throws me, I guess. Anyway, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you coming on to the show and contributing. This is an interesting time for us. Will you tell people a little bit about yourself and how you got to Portugal and all of this nuttiness?
Sure. First of all, thanks for the invitation to be in the show.
Welcome.
And thanks to our friend Sally Jones
Yes.
for putting this network together.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I'm originally from Brazil, as you said before. I'm from Rio, born and grew up in Rio. 13 years ago, I moved to Italy. And then because I'm half Brazilian, half Italian. So
yes.
once you live in Europe, you can live and work anywhere, any country of the European Union.
Right.
So from Italy, moving to other place, I end up in Hamburg, Germany in 2014. Basically for music-wise, work-wise, that was my destination. So this year, sorry,
what were you doing in Germany?
In Germany, that's where I live, and that's where I record my first and second album. I signed with a music label in Hamburg, and so they released my first two albums.
That's amazing. So then from Hamburg, where did that lead you to?
So that's where I live, in Hamburg. But this year, I decided coming to Portugal for recording my third album, my next album. And here I am. I am in the studio now here in Portugal. But I got Portugal like 3 or 4 days before this insane COVID moment happened.
Oh, no.
When the bomb exploded.
Right.
So now I'm here. I'm here like stuck in Portugal, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
As you show the countryside. Yeah.
Yes.
It's beautiful. And Portugal it's been doing really well with this COVID moment. Yeah,
actually, see, it's only 30,000 and plus cases and 1,300 plus deaths. So that's pretty good. Yeah. And so what brought you to Portugal to record?
So a friend of mine who he's the drummer who is recording my album. He records all the drummers, all the drums in my all the songs, and also he owns the studio. So he invited me to come down and record the album. We could do that together with like relax, no pressure, no time, and that was a good vibe to be here, you know.
And luckily you have a place to stay too. Yeah.
It's great because in the moment where the world stopped and it seems like most of the people are doing nothing or playing at home with the cell phone and watching all the TV shows ever.
Yeah. Going through all of Netflix.
Yeah. And like, luckily I'm here working, you know. It was a time that I choose before COVID. I choose to work, to be busy.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty well.
It's like a blessing in disguise, right? That you just ended up there and you're like, oh, well, I guess I have to stay here now. Well,
yeah. No complaints, man.
Focus, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And so what's the day-to-day life like there? Are you in lockdown like we are? Is it how lax are the rules and regs there?
Yeah, Portugal is being like is slowly going back to normal. Like normal, I say, people already on the streets. The social distance is still it's going on. You know, they ask to don't keep public place like busy,
Yeah.
but it's like you still like when you go to a small shop, there's a certain number of people that can be inside. Everyone
Okay.
wearing a mask. But
Good.
yeah, but it's still people like slowly like you can see the families taking the kids out in the park
Yeah.
with a certain distance. Portugal did really good with that. Was set like as an example for Europe
Yeah.
as how the people embrace the cause and like and
Right.
decide to help that and see how it will go. You know?
Yeah. It's been obvious for me talking to different people from different countries already that the countries that did due diligence, like what you're talking about in Portugal, where people are wearing masks if they go out, there's not really any wiggle room. You know, people took it seriously, and it took, you know, I mean, who knows at this point, there could be a second wave, but if people keep doing that, that's the important thing, right?
Yeah, sure. I would say I think every country, every population, every culture takes that in a different way. You
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
I'm from Brazil, and I know that it's really hard for Brazilians
Ugh,
stay home forever.
I can't imagine. Yes. Yeah. They are
So
party people. You are
yeah,
party
party
people.
people. Yeah, we are. And
We
but at the same,
Scottish are too.
but in another hand, like that's how keep this virus going. If
Yeah.
this we say if this virus exists or not. This is
So
another talk.
you obviously, yeah, you obviously have family in Brazil, right?
Sure.
And do you have anybody in your circle that has passed or got who contracted COVID and recovered, or what's that situation like for your family circle and friends?
So I don't have any friend or close person who has passed with because of in this moment, right?
Oh,
I know people that passed away that
right.
like I hear people saying, "Oh, a friend of mine or somebody else," blah blah blah,
Yeah.
but that I don't know. But actually, right before this interview, 1 hour before, one of my best friends in Brazil, he just got over all of this, and he's like coming out of
Oh,
the
he
intense
recovered.
treatment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so
yeah,
was he in the hospital? Did he go through the full respirator and all of that?
everything
Oh,
for
wow. Well,
almost 10 days.
oh, wow. Well, congratulations to him for,
Yeah,
for making it out. I
was a
mean,
really
congratulations.
happy. Yeah, it was a really happy and a positive vibe to
Yeah.
receive that like 1 hour ago.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
There is
it's
some
really,
hope.
oh
There is
yeah,
hope. There is hope. Like if,
sure, sure,
just have
always.
to keep your lungs moving and yeah, there's just so many factors involved in all of it, right? You know?
Mhm.
Well, I hope that nobody in your circle, I hope that things get under control in Brazil over the next while, and I see horrible images coming out of there. It's going to take all of the human race to buckle down and get on this. So when you are restaurants in your little town there in Chamusca? Is that how you say it? Chamusca?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Are the restaurants opened, or is it just takeout only?
Now it's back open.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
And what kind of preventative measures do they have? Do they have masks? Do they have barriers? Are the tables spaced out? Or
Yeah. So unfortunately, I haven't been in any restaurant since they opened back.
oh, okay,
Because as I said, I'm busy
yeah,
working
you're
and
locked in the
recording.
studio.
So yeah, I'm locked in the studio. But I see the doors open and people, and I already like friends from this area saying like, "Oh, the restaurant is back. Like
Yeah,
let's go there and check it out." And yeah, probably this is something that I'm gonna do in like soon.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to get out, Tony, and get a nice meal. A good.
Oh, thanks, Tracy. Thanks
Yeah.
for the message. Yeah,
So
I'm
nice,
glad
right?
too.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Tracy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get yourself some good Portuguese chicken.
Oh yeah, and this area is like as a pork area. Oh,
Oh.
and
Oh.
wine. On the
Oh.
wine here, man, it's unbelievable. Holy shit!
Yeah. I
And
love
you get a
Portuguese.
and you get a go to the supermarket and you get a bottle for €2, like an amazing Alentejano ice wine.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah. I mean, woo, the eating in Europe is just so much. It's just fresh, fresh. That's what I remember being in Italy. That everything's just so fresh, like they had grown it in the back and brought it out through, and
Yeah.
that's the beauty. And I think that's why people are quite healthy in Europe as well. Like, so did you? So you said you lived in Florence, Firenze,
Yes.
right?
Firenze, yeah, la bella Firenze.
Oh, Tracy's a yummy. Yeah, peri peri. That's the chicken, right? Isn't it?
Peri peri.
Yeah. So good. So you so when you lived in Florence, were you also playing music there as well?
Yeah. I've been a musician all my life, man. I never
Right.
done anything
Anything.
different from that.
Right.
You know. So yeah, when I moved to Italy in 2007, that's when I moved, and yeah, I was trying to make my live there, and at the same time learning Italian because my father is Italian.
Oh,
So
okay. And
so,
where is your father? Your father's in Brazil, obviously.
my father took off already a long time.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
so you speak Italian then?
I do.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah, and
Well,
so that's what one of my dreams. I had that time. The music scene in Brazil was not going the way that I expect, the
yeah.
way that I was planning to, and I said, it's time to move. It's time to learn the language. It's time to put to make real some of the plans that I had for my life.
Yeah, right. Do you, I also know that you performed on cruise ships as well, right?
Yes.
How many years did you do that for?
I'm already 11 years as a guitar
Wow.
and band leader, music director with Holland America Line.
11 years. Oh, Viviane.
Cantisano.
So
that's my cousin, and that's how you say my name, Cantisano.
Cantisano. now I know. So, and how do you, Viviane? Would you say Viviane or Viviane?
In Brazil, we say Viviane.
Viviane. Okay, right.
Viviane Cantisano.
Right. This is going to be a real lesson for me in all these different countries that I have to go to.
I speak the language, man. There is like 3-4 languages here.
Yeah, exactly. Now I forgot what I was asking you. Oh, so now what when Italy broke out, how did you feel about that, and what was your experience? Were you in Portugal when that was happening?
Yeah.
And so I know that there's fear that people move from province to province or state to state in the US. Did you have any fear of that, like the migration of Italians into Portugal, or did you ever think about that?
No. And I'm gonna tell you, man. Even in Italy, with everyone that I spoke in Italy, and I'm in touch with friends and family in Italy. The scenario was pretty scary, right?
Yeah, right.
When that bomb like explode was like really shocking.
Yes.
But there's some explanations about that, and the hospitals was getting really busy, especially in the small places in Italy.
Yeah.
There is no room for everyone.
Yeah. And it's a time game too.
Yeah, and in the top of that, they couldn't tell if the reason why people were going to the looking for the hospitals was because of Corona or not.
Ah, right. Right.
So the people start getting some symptoms that say, "Oh, this is corona." So the doctor said, "But it can be or cannot be because we don't know yet what is that."
Yeah, right. They hadn't developed the test yet, probably even,
Yeah.
or right. Yeah. So
So
then, yeah,
I wasn't really scary, and especially because of the area where I am
right.
in the countryside is really relaxed here, and
Yeah,
also Portugal was already like the country showing all these steps moving forward and showing how people react and respect what should be, you know.
yeah, right.
So that I never got scared. Man, I'm gonna be honest to you, man. I'm never gonna scare it. This shit doesn't scare me at all.
Well, if you're like me, we've lived through quite a few things already. We've lived through, on ships, especially, we would have things that would overtake the ship. I'm sure you remember norovirus would sweep some of our cruise ships.
Yeah.
The SARS, the MERS, and then the AIDS crisis as well. We've lived through that, right? Which was a complete.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I can't even believe we lived through that. But yeah. So but I mean, also Spain was very heavily hit as well, and that's your next door neighbor too. So
Yeah.
that's saying a lot. That Portugal has plowed through and survived all of this.
It does.
Were the borders shut to Portugal from Spain? Like, did they have no travel like they do here?
Yeah, there was a moment, I can't remember when was the date exactly, but there was a moment that almost all the European countries, they shut the borders.
Right.
And that was basically what happened when I got my flight canceled back to Germany.
Ah, okay. So now you're stuck there, and there's no really. Do you have a flight out of there, or do you have any projected sort of like? I guess the good part is that you could take a train.
Yeah,
or get in a car.
Sure, no, but there are police and people on the highways everywhere stopping, and I'm sure at the borders, they intense that. They increase these checking points, something like that.
Yeah, they were doing that here too. People trying to go to their cottages. They were asking for ID, some people on the way to their cottages. So that's, because you can't have these people in these small towns overtaking the hospitals. They have one respirator. So I'm sure that little town there is being very protective where you are.
Yeah. No, it's really well. And on one hand, man, you can tell, like, when you have countries nearby as Spain, as France, that also got in a bad shape for a moment.
Yeah.
Italy, not too far from here. So when you are surrounded by these countries, you think about, holy shit, is this like a cloud that is like
a shitstorm?
That is gonna spread out shitstorm. Yeah. So you may maybe it comes to your mind. You think about what's gonna, but man, anyway, what can I do? There's nothing to do.
No, you're at the mercy.
Keep my life.
Protect yourself, protect others, and that's all you can do. Like, you can catch it from a milk carton or a surface. Who knows if that's
Who knows?
Yeah. So that's like, Julio says that I'm supposed to ask you, and actually, I don't know how Julio knows that my real name is Donald. You must have like this internal search or something. I'm
oh my God,
man. About Osaka. Do you have a good story about Osaka?
Shit. Oh man, that is a
there's
funny.
Good fear in Osaka.
Have you been to Osaka?
No, never.
No. Oh yeah, man, that is a funny story. And Julio is one of the guys that love this story, and most of my friends, they like every time we are together and there's somebody new in the room, they said, "Hey Tony, tell the story about Osaka." It's just one of those stories that you gotta tell.
You have to tell it now, Tony.
Yeah. So Osaka was, we dock. I was on a cruise ship, and
Oh yeah.
we were doing Asia, and we dock in Kobe, and
Oh
we
yeah.
had overnight in Kobe.
Oh boy.
In Yeah. So, and that was already like, I don't know, probably was the second or third overnight that we had in Kobe,
Right.
and I said, oh, okay, I'm tired of Kobe. I'm gonna take the train, and I want to check Osaka.
Yeah.
So I catch the train, was around, I think I took the second last train around 11:30 midnight to go
Right.
to Osaka. So I got Osaka, and everything was closed. Imagine mid of the night, nothing open,
Right.
and so I saw this hotel, and I asked the reception. I said, "Hey, there's something here open? Any bar, any live entertainment, anything that I can go and check Osaka nightlife?"
Right.
And she said, "Oh, there's an area here. It's kind of block that with a lot of bars open, and they keep open the entire night." I said, "Oh, that's great." So I went there, and it's like this big block with all kind of shit that you can think about. Okay, live music, bar,
Wow.
clubs, everything.
Amazing.
So I was drinking. I was going from bar to bar, like hop on, and from bar to bar, and like a pub crawl, and getting different beers, different drinks, and meeting people,
Yeah.
trying to find someone that is speaking English to have a chat.
Right.
So, but the beer in Japan is really expensive.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Especially,
okay.
yeah, it's
I didn't
really
know.
expensive, especially at night. Alcohol is really expensive.
Right.
So you end up paying
Huh.
like $10 for a beer,
Oh my
easy.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I found this 7-Eleven in the other side of the.
Somebody was talking about that 7-Elevens all over the world. People,
Yeah,
that's like
it
the
is.
go-tos. I didn't know that. I thought that was just a Canadian thing, 7-Eleven.
No.
Uh,
And then I see this 7-Eleven at the other side of the street, like under the bridge, and I said, "Listen, I'm not gonna spend $10 in a beer, jumping from bar to bar. I gotta go there, get the beer, come here, hang
Yeah.
out in the area, and go back, get more beer, and come."
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. It's like
Yeah.
cross the streets, and that's it.
Yeah. We call that pre-drinking in Canada, we call it.
Oh yeah, but that was a show, on time drinking, right? Not
Yeah.
the pre-drinking,
Yeah, right. It was like,
on show drinking.
yeah, you're on stage drinking.
Yeah. So I went there and I started doing this. So one of the time when I got the beer, I saw a street next to the 7-Eleven. I said, "I'm gonna take this street and see where it takes me."
Yeah.
I started walking on this street, and there is nobody. So here I am in Osaka. I don't know. I think it was 3 a.m., 4 a.m. with a can of beer in my hand, and these two police guards come
Oh, no.
and stop me, and they start talking in Japanese. And I said, "I'm sorry, man, but I don't speak Japanese." So they kept going, and no chance. So they took me to the police department.
What? Really?
Yeah. They kind of
because you-
arrest me.
Harassment?
They kind of arrest me to the.
Oh, wow.
They kind of arrest me to the police department,
Right.
at the station. Yeah, and they sit me there and stay like, "All right, man, I don't know what to do, but the beer is still in my hand." I said, "I don't know what to do." I
Right.
think if the problem was the beer, they would point the beer and like trash that,
Yeah.
right? Something like that. But
Right.
I don't know what happened. They sat me there. So one guy was trying to talk to me, and in Japanese, I said, "Man, I'm sorry, but I don't speak Japanese." So I said, "I speak Italian, I speak English, I speak Portuguese, I speak Spanish, any language." That guy,
You've got like 6
no.
other languages.
and they like blah 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 blah. So in the middle of all this situation, I understood like ID, and I said, "Oh, he's asking for my ID."
Oh, ID. Okay.
So that time, the cruise ship, the agent, the port agent, they gave us like a paper
Landing
with
card or
all-
something, right?
a landing card. That's
Right.
right, with
Right.
all the the stops in Japan on the paper,
Right.
and then if we had any problem, we could show that.
Yes. Right.
So I gave him this landing card. So the guy didn't. I guess he didn't recognize that. So he took the landing card to the to the other table and pick up the phone, and then he started talking. So the other guy stayed in front of me, and he said, and he kept talking Japanese. And I said, man, I'm sorry. And I couldn't drink a beer because I said, I'm not going to drink a beer because maybe this is the problem.
Yeah.
So again, in the middle of this talk, blah, 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 I understood from. When I understood from, he asked me where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
And I said, I'm from Brazil. Man, when I said Brazil, the guy, Brasil, Ronaldinho, Kaká, Zico, Pelé.
He spoke Portuguese?
He starts shouting all the football players from Brazil. All the names. Kaká, Ronaldinho, Zico. Eu assim, yeah, it's my friend. I know this guy. This guy's my friend. Yeah, my buddy. We hang out together. Man, the guy left the phone, left the table, gave him the landing card back, and he showed me the door like, you can leave.
With your beer?
With my beer. When they opened the door, they asked me to take a picture with them.
No!
Man, if I had time, if I knew about that, I would look for the picture in my phone and show it right now.
That's amazing. Oh, I love that you still had your beer.
I still had my beer. I left the police station with my beer in my hand, and I finished my beer.
Holy crap! Julio, thank you so much for telling us about that or inspiring him to tell that story, because that's amazing. There's your world. There's your language, right? Your global language, like football.
Yeah. Football. It is. It's a Brazilian second language. You know?
Yeah, right. It saved your life, and this. But I wonder why they were bringing you in there in the first place.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Strange. Because I think you could drink. I think you can drink on the streets in Japan, can't you? You can have alcohol.
I think so. There's something strange there with the smoke, because I don't think they can smoke outside, but you can smoke inside. It's something like that. Yeah.
Weird.
All the restaurants you can see an ashtray on a table.
Yeah.
But then outside there is a certain area where you can smoke.
Bizarre. Wow. Well, Canada is becoming like that too. I was in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm sure you've docked there a few times.
Oh yeah.
And they just made smoking illegal. Like they banned smoking. So they've designated small areas where you can smoke outside. So people are in clumps all over the place. It's really weird to walk. But then as you walk by, it's like a cloud of smoke, like and then mix in the pot with that as well.
Oh yeah, because it's legal now in Canada, right?
Is pot legal in Portugal?
No.
What
I think in Europe it's only legal in Netherlands.
Right.
In Hamburg there is a limit. Like if it's only for your consume, like it's up to 6 grams. If you are carrying up to, they don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
But then if you carry.
And so Tracy liked that story too. Thanks, Tracy.
Thanks, Tracy.
So what about, I have one last question about the place where you are living in Hamburg. What is the state there, Tony? What's going on in Germany? I didn't look at any stats today about Germany. So
Germany, the last thing I heard in a big way, they had some people on the streets like 2 weeks ago, like protesting, asking to go back to normal, open everything, open the shops, and come back, bring the life back as normal.
Yeah,
the same as what Sweden did. Sweden didn't shut, didn't lock down.
No,
Sweden, Sweden kept going.
Yeah, they were into the herd immunity type of thing.
Yeah, and then people's responsibility about that. You know,
Yeah.
It's up to you what you're gonna do.
Right.
So Germany, I heard I heard from friends that Berlin, Frankfurt, Stuttgart, people were out on streets like asking for that. But then that's what I say. That's when I think that it makes sense. You can connect that to culture.
Yeah.
To every country is different.
Yeah.
You know, in Germany, yeah, probably you can do that. You can get out of the lockdown, bring the life back, and I'm sure like the virus is not gonna spread at the same way that is in Brazil.
Yeah. Right. Right. Culture, different cultural thing. And also weather also has a lot to do with
Sure.
it. Like people in Canada, it just turned hot and they're going in nuts. They're going nuts. They're protesting. They're like, we don't want to be in lockdown anymore. And it's going to be a shit show in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, summer, right?
Yeah.
Summertime. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Tony, for being on. It was worth having you on just to hear this Osaka story. That is a great story, and I wish you all the luck in your album. First of all, I think people can go on iTunes and your website as well at www.
Tony Cantisano.
Yeah, TonyCantisano.com, right? And your albums are on there.
Yeah, you can go on a Spotify, iTunes, and any streaming music app.
Yeah,
anyone.
YouTube. Do you want to play us out?
Yeah,
as we say in the industry.
Sure, and keep the eyes on it because my album is coming soon. My next album.
Oh yeah,
I'm really excited with this. The recordings we are doing here. It has been like really nice. A lot of music, a lot of guitars.
Beautiful.
To go.
Is it all original? Yes,
it's all original. I'm a composer as well, so it's all my music is all instrumental, like fusion, rock, fusion, prog, this kind of stuff.
I heard it's great. Love it.
Yeah, thanks, man. And Duff, you start the show. We're talking about the beard. Look at that. This is a 3 months not shaving.
You got a Kenny Rogers thing going. Thank you so much, Tony. We are beards together, and hopefully I'll get to work with you someday.
Sure.
I think we get along. I think we might get along.
Cool, man. Thanks for the invitation, and it's awesome. Awesome to be part of that, and I wish you all success with that, man.
Thank you. Thank you, cool. And have a great trip back to the
Thank you.
Yeah! Woo! Yes, buddy. Thank you so much. Obrigado.
De nada. Thanks, my friend.
Oh, amazing guy. Oh, I feel like I could really get along with Tony if we ever did a show together, and hopefully that'll happen. That was one of the best interviews I think I've ever done. I had a great connection with Tony, and I knew it was going to be a good connection because of our friend Sally Jones Lee. Because yay! Thank you, Viviana. Yes, I have no Toko Miyoto, the best. Thank you. Obrigado. And I knew we would get along because of Sally, our good friend, who I love and adore. And so thank you to Sally for hooking us up. And we will look out for your album, Tony. Also, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody tuning in. We had a good turnout today. I hope everyone's staying safe, drinking lots of water. It's hot, hot, hot. And wearing your mask if you do or don't, if you're asymptomatic or not, or just wear a mask. Everybody wear a mask and wash your hands. Soap and water, by the way, is the best. That breaks down the virus wall and disintegrates it. So, while hand sanitizer is good, soap and water is really good as well. And that comes from one of the top scientists. So thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. Our guest coming up on Thursday, ironically, is Janya. I think that's how you say her name. We'll find that out as well. She's in Sweden, so I'm really looking forward to talking to her about all of that and the herd immunity that they went through. And tell everybody about my show, guys. Retweet, repost, whatever you can. Thank you so much to my good friends who tuned in. Yay. Thank you, Dawn. Dawn's amazing, man. So talented. And I also want to shout out to Jeremy Webb, who has a show called Off the Leash through Halifax, Neptune Theater in Halifax. It's on YouTube. You can look it up, Off the Leash. Also, Big Girl and Friends happens every night on YouTube as well. Very funny, very entertaining. A lot of Canadian performers and Broadway performers singing some tunes. And also Aaron Pritchett has a great show, country star, I tell you, out of Vancouver. And him and my friend Steve Amaz, who you saw earlier in the program, they have a show called Quarantunes every night, I think at 6 o'clock Pacific time, which is 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I think. Yeah. Anyway, you can check that out. That's on Instagram, though. So look that up. Quarantunes, Aaron Pritchett. Okay, everybody, have a great night. I'm going to now get my crew to take me out and have a wonderful Tuesday. Love you guys. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other.